strap yourselves in. It's the State of the Union. Boring me, but no.
He promised he'd keep it to under an hour.
Got the clock on there.
Tea Party response.
Yeah, I think she's looking up there. We're cutting everything. Go home. Shut the lights off. Yeah, that was a really interesting response last night.
Where was she?
I don't know.
Especially if you don't have a brain.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's made fun of the teleprompter before.
Oh yeah. Somebody get that teleprompter over. But no, it was an exciting night last night, and just watching to see what our local president was talking about. But also just in terms of being an alderman over the last 4 years, as Rob mentioned, I kind of came in at a time when it was really difficult to take on a machine candidate. And if you remember, the crew that I beat was started out in the Rostenkowski years. So we all remember Dan Rostenkowski, and as he kind of evolved into a kind of a modern day machine guy, paid the price for it literally. But that was kind of the crew that I had beat 4 years ago. And when I got in, everybody was kind of saying, oh boy, you're going to be stuck in the mud. They're not going to let you do anything. And you won't be able to move forward on issues. You won't be able to get much done. If you defy daily, you just you pay the price for it. But what I found over the last 4 years is that if you're approaching things from a policy perspective, if you include people, and we were just talking a little bit about education issues and how you have to bring people on board that you can discuss the issues with and that can educate you as an alderman or an elected official, you'll do a lot better. So over the last 4 years, I was really able to, I thought, do that very well. I surrounded myself with people who were educated on everything from TIFs, like our good old friend Ben Jarofsky. If you guys read the Leader, he and I have been working very closely for the last 4 years on TIF issues, and that's where I really cut my teeth on TIF reform. And we passed the first ever TIF reform package, which was the TIF Sunshine Law, where we put everything online for the last that passed in the last 3 years. I wanted to go back 25 years, but we can't have that. No, so let's go back 3 years. Okay, 3 years more. So we all know what's lurking back there somewhere, which that was a good sign when they said just 3 years. Because one thing that I ran on 4 years ago was really trying to put a stop to a lot of the waste, the corruption, and the mismanagement that we see in the city. And believe me, it really does exist. When you get into
I
the
don't
city,
think you have to.
Really? Yeah. But it's important to me because I can't do a lot of the things that I think constituents are looking for, and people, not only here in the ward, but across the city. And that is, we really have to tackle those citywide issues so we can tackle the things that happen in our ward. So when we're talking about education issues, for instance, my ward schools on the public side, we don't have a high school, we just have elementary schools. But we know that if we don't fix our budgets and make things work more efficiently, we're never going to be able to get that money back into those schools. So the TIF program, for the first time ever, the city has put money from the TIFs back into public education. And part of that was because we were sitting there saying, good old Ben Jarofsky,